Welcome to Charm Chat. We're going to be chatting about season 2, episode 3 and 4 today, which were good ones. They were really good, really enjoyed them. So can't wait to chat about them, especially about someone in particular. And I don't mean Joshy. No, I'm joking. Right, let me add Josh in. Hi Matthew, hi Kirsty. Hopefully Josh will be here and he didn't hear me say. Hi Milena. Oh, is Josh going to be here? Joshy!
Hello.
Hello!
How you doing?
I'm alright, are you?
Fine, thank you. It's Charm Chat Day.
Charm chat! Woohoo!
Hooray.
Oh, I can't wait to chat about these episodes.
I know.
So good.
Bring it
Love
on.
them, love
It's
them.
definitely season 2.
Oh dear. I think I do remember these episodes. I always thought it was season 3. I kind of got into it, but I think it was season
Yeah.
2. So I definitely
Oh,
remembered
cool.
episode 4. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
yeah, let's go for it.
Let's
So,
do it. Don't know what's going on
Charmed.
with mine.
Oh.
It's a bit funny today on my camera. Doesn't matter. It's
You
fine.
look beautiful.
You do
Beautiful.
too, Sherry.
Oh, thanks, Sharon. Sharon said, I haven't watched Sally, but wanted to say hello. Hi,
Oh,
Sharon. So, Charm Chat. So, every month, Josh and I dust off our witches' hats, grab our Book of Shadows, and head back to the 90s to rewatch Charmed. Charmed is a TV series that ran from 1998 to 2006. It follows 3 sister witches, Prue, Piper, and Phoebe, who juggle their everyday lives from saving innocents from meddling demons. And Josh and I were such huge Charm fans back in the day and even now. And it's just been
yeah.
so wonderful diving into season 2 and just chat together and chat with everybody about it.
Yeah.
So good. So last month we kicked off season 2 and we chatted episodes 1 and 2. We saw the sisters face a demon that stole the Book of Shadows and who tried to unravel their spells one by one. And we quite like that demon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Braxis. The
Yeah.
old drain cleaner demon.
Drain cleaner.
Yeah.
love them. And we also saw the sisters travel to the future to change Phoebe's fate after she had a chilling premonition that she would be executed. And that was
Burned
my
at the
first
stake.
burned at the stake, my first 5-star of the series straight away in episode
Yeah.
2. 5
Crazy.
brooms.
Yeah. It was a good one.
So good. This month, it's obviously season 2, episodes 3 and 4's turn, and we'll be breaking down each episode into categories for the chat, including Demon of the Week, Love is Pain, Sister Bond, Mythology, and much, much more. We normally go off on a bit of a tangent, so bear with us.
Yeah.
So please do get involved in the comments. We love to hear your thoughts alongside ours, and we'll try and read them out as we're chatting. And if you're watching the playback, please feel free to add a comment as well, because we always check those, because we just like chatting Charmed
All the
anytime,
time.
all the time.
Yeah. Charm chat every day.
Yeah, sounds good. That's probably what we need to do to get through like all of
I
the
know.
seasons, to be honest. But yeah. So should we get started? Let's get
Let's get
started.
started.
So
Yeah.
excited. So season 2, episode 3 is called The Painted World. Love it. Prue finds some mysterious words. No. Does she? Yes, she
She
does.
does.
Let me
She
start
does.
that
Yeah.
again. I suddenly thought I'd jumped an episode then. I was like, what am I doing? Right, I'll start again. Prue finds some mysterious words on an unusual painting at the auction house, which, when said aloud, sends her into another dimension within the painting of a castle where she meets Malcolm, who who is trapped inside a painting and has been there for the past 70 years, but he may not be quite who he appears to be.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Phoebe casts a spell to increase her intelligence in order to get a job, and Piper asks Dan for her help, for his help to bring her club up to code. Piper accidentally then ends up trapped in the painting as well, and with Prue, and Phoebe is left to save them. Dum, dum,
Yeah.
dum. So apparently the episode was originally supposed to air as the second episode of the season, as it was I think that's how they filmed it in that order. But then
Yeah.
they put them out of order in production. So yeah. So should we start with Demon of the Week then? Because I've got a lot to say about Malcolm.
Oh wow! I was not expecting you to have like particularly strong feelings about this
Oh,
guy.
well, not strong feelings as in
Oh
good.
no.
So we'll get to that.
Okay.
But we kind of opened up the episode with Prue evaluating this painting of the Gothic castle that Miss Franklin, I believe it is, has brought to the auction house. And
Jane.
there's Jane, and there's apparently inherited this painting from her family, and it's been in her family for generations. And she says that it turns the people insane who owned the picture. And I was like, okay, I'm intrigued.
Tell me more.
Tell me more. Tell me
where
more.
can I buy this painting?
Did you get very far? So after Miss Franklin leaves, we see a man inside the painting in the castle, in the window, kind of like a brief glimpse. And Prue then reads some words eventually in the episode in Latin and ends up in the painting. So what did you think of the whole concept of the painting being haunted or with a man inside the painting? Did you like that?
I think it's great. I just think this episode is such fun vibes right from the very beginning. And it's sort of like a bit of a cheesy, kooky idea to have a haunted painting and people getting trapped inside the painting. But, we've seen it done before in The Witches in Roald Dahl.
Yeah,
And
of course.
that's like spectacularly spooky. The book is spooky and the film is even spookier, I think.
Yeah.
Because you see like a little girl as she gets older and aging in the painting, and then gradually disappears. So yeah, it's a really fun idea, and it kind of just really works. I think it's like the castle itself is really gothic and like a cool, different setting for Charmed. And yeah, for me, it was just like really good fun.
Yeah, straight away I was intrigued because I was like,
Yeah,
oh, a person in a painting, and we actually see them move,
yeah,
like for realsies. So
yeah.
straight away I was really intrigued, and I thought the concept was really interesting. So I
And
wanted to see more.
they do play it for laughs. Like when the painting gets moved, Prue and Malcolm are like staggering around, like doing Star Trek stagger, just like whoa.
That did have me laughing. That did. And,
Yeah.
is it
Like
Piper?
how often is that painting
Yeah.
moved?
Like Piper picks the painting up. Oh, that's like a bit of a tongue twister. That is. Piper picks a piece of pickled pepper. but Piper picks up the painting and obviously is transporting it away. And yeah, that was
Piper
funny.
purposefully picked up the painting and transported it past the person who was particularly perturbed by the painting.
How peculiar! That's the only P word I could think of.
I've just spat all over my screen saying please so much.
Oh dear, yeah, that did give me a chuckle. I did love that scene. And obviously when Prue gets taken into the painting, I actually thought the special effect wasn't that bad either, did you? Yeah.
She kind of gets surrounded by smoke. Like a little portal kind of opens up in the castle.
Yeah.
And some smoke comes out and pulls her in. Oh yeah, it looked pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. I like that. That's how I would like to go into a painting, I think.
Elegantly and like with an aura of smokiness.
Oh, knowing my look, I'd get stuck or something, and I'd be like half in, half out. You can see it now, can't you?
Oh,
oh dear. What were you going to say? Because I interrupted you then to talk about me getting stuck.
Yeah, that's a fantastic image, and I'm going to cherish it forever.
Nightmares.
I think they did have really quite a big special effects budget on Charmed. I read somewhere recently that it was sort of like it was in the millions every episode. So
Oh
yeah, like
wow.
they really did go for it
They
in
didn't
terms
hold
of,
back.
yeah, totally.
And I think it has paid off because the special effects, watching it now, they haven't
Yeah,
aged. There's a couple of dodgy
yeah.
ones,
Few
especially
ropey bits.
in the first season. But yeah, Dream
Yeah,
Sorcerer.
yeah. They
But
kind
you
of,
know,
I think they find quite a good balance in like the style of the effects. They're
yeah,
magical in like a really whimsical way. They're not supposed to look super realistic. So I think
yeah,
it kind of works.
yeah, I do as well. I think it looks good.
Yeah.
So obviously, when Prue gets suckered in, she meets Malcolm, who says, You were supposed to help me, not join me," because he thinks Prue's not going to help because she's a woman.
Yeah, I mean, he's from what, the 1920s or whatever.
Yeah, and I was like, I had to really, really like think. He has been trapped in there 70 years,
He
but some of the
has.
things he came out with, I was like, not sure I like you, Malcolm. You can stay in that painting.
Yeah. Yeah, he
So,
did have a little stick up his bum, didn't
yeah, yeah. And it made me laugh when Prue tricks him and says, "Oh, I think there's something you need to check outside of
he?
there." And
Yeah,
he's like, "I'll save you," like kind
yeah.
of, and then goes off. So,
And she's
yeah.
like, wait a minute,
Mm.
something odd about this guy.
So obviously he says, so Malcolm's interpretation is that the artist who painted the painting was a witch called Nell. They were dating and they broke up, and she put him in a painting like the ultimate revenge,
Yeah.
and he's obviously been stuck there for 70 odd years. But what we do find out eventually is that apparently in the 1920s, although it didn't look very 1920s now I think about it.
He looked like maybe he'd been playing bowls or something.
Yeah,
You know, he'd been
just
enjoying
casual.
like a nice martini while playing bowls in the green.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
just looked like, yeah, didn't look 1920s, I thought,
yeah.
but anyway.
He looked very smart. I thought he looked really well, quite polished considering he'd been stuck in a castle for 70
Yeah,
years.
because like, I mean, the logistics are like, would you need food and water
Yeah,
if you're in a painting, or do you just live like
yeah, just
without those
trapped.
things?
Do you have to eat like painted fruit and like painted grapes and stuff?
Yeah, and then like obviously he says that he's put this help thing on the window, the message on the window that Prue does see. And and he's like, "Oh, it took me ages to get to that window," and I actually believe it. I think it did take him that long. It probably took him 69 years.
Yeah, you know, I mean, just succeeded.
He just did it just in time.
Yeah,
So obviously we do find out that he does tell a bit of a porcupine, and that in the 1920s a powerful witch named Nell, like you said, tricked a warlock into a painting with a
yeah,
hidden spell that his power of X-ray vision could see. So do you
yeah.
feel that he used his X-ray vision power very well whilst he was in there?
I don't think he even used it once, did
No,
he? No,
I'm not
unless he was
sure.
secretly X-raying Prue. I don't know, but let's hope not.
Oh, let's hope not. Oh no, it
Do you not
would
think
be.
that whenever Superman does X-ray vision, you're like, oh God, like don't. How many layers are you allowed to go in before it's
Yeah, before
creepy?
it's
You know?
too far.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I was like, has he used these powers? No, he does use a
No,
blink, doesn't he? Eventually,
he's
he's
good
got
at
a
blinking.
blinking. I like blinking.
I like blinking. I do.
Yeah.
It's like
What was
Helen from Big
that?
Brother.
Big Brother. Yeah, that was it in
Yeah,
the UK.
yeah.
So yeah, I was a bit like, I'm not sure what he's done for 70 years, really.
He's probably maybe read a couple of books.
I mean, yeah, it was like a bookcase there, and it
Yeah,
didn't look very dusty, so he must have been doing the
yeah.
chores.
I
Mm.
think he probably just spent 70 years like greasing his hair and
It
like
did look very
starching his shirt. Yeah,
perfected. So
coiffed.
obviously jumping a little bit ahead to the end, so obviously Piper ends up trapped in the painting as well. Did you like the fact that another sister joined Prue in there?
Yeah, I think kind of had to because,
Yeah,
like you said, like Phoebe saves the day. That's
yeah,
kind of her
Phoebe.
story, is learning that she actually is smart. She's not stupid. She keeps saying she's
Yeah,
stupid, but she's not. So yeah,
no.
you kind of had to have both of them trapped in there.
Hmm.
Yeah, it kind of worked. Did you not
Yeah.
want Piper to go in there?
No, I think it did work really well, and I liked the fact that just accidentally Piper ends up in there through, not even she's just looking for Prue at the end of the day, and oh, she finds her. So I
Yeah,
kind of like that, and I loved that Phoebe then had to figure it out basically.
yeah. They do,
Yeah,
don't they make a joke about not reading Latin out loud?
yeah.
Like you would think that they would have learned by now that if you see some Latin, don't read it out
Don't.
loud because
That
stuff's going to happen.
that's a big lesson,
You,
life
you're a witch,
lesson.
guys.
Definitely. And then obviously at the end, I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but Phoebe kicks Malcolm's ass with her martial arts skills. Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop, whoop. Which I kind of loved as well.
That's probably my favorite moment in the whole episode when she does jujitsu and she's
She's
so
so
cool. She looks
awesome.
like Karate Kid. She's got those cut off jeans or jet cut off trousers,
Yeah.
little crop top,
Yeah.
um, all of her like bangles and bracelets and all those kinds of things. And she just looks like really cool.
Yeah. And I wonder if she did her own stunts there because I couldn't. I did rewind it to see if I could tell if they'd cut like a stunt double in, or like sometimes you can tell, can't you? But I
If
couldn't see if they did.
if there
I'm
was a stunt double, there were a very good stunt
yeah,
double.
I'm hoping that she did that herself. I think she did, I'm
Yeah.
going down that one.
Yeah.
And obviously as well we find out Malcolm and his lover Jane, who we met
Uh-oh.
dum 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 at the start, were lovers or forbidden lovers or whatever it was. So did you like the twist of that they were both warlocks? Did you like that twist?
I loved it. I thought it was really cool because Jane is like super convincing as like an innocent of the week.
Yeah,
She has
she
these
is.
two right at the start of the episode. She has these two scenes with Prue where she's sort of like talking about having inherited the painting and it's cursed and everybody in her family's gone mad, and she seems genuinely nervous and on edge and desperate to get rid of the painting. So
Mm,
yeah, she totally, it's played as if she is an innocent of the week, and we totally buy into it. I mean, I bought into it,
yeah, I
and
did.
like it's not often that Charmed pulls off like a genuine rug pull twist. And I
Mm,
think that in this episode, they'd actually do it really well. I did not see that
yeah,
twist coming, that she turned out to be a warlock who was actually his lover.
yeah, I'm the
I thought it was
same.
great.
I didn't get those vibes at all. I even like thinking back how she played those first scenes, like you said, and even the way they did her makeup, very soft and not dark eyes or anything,
That little
really
frilly
light. And
dress,
yeah, so they made her. I mean, looking back now, it probably was a bit like, oh,
much.
okay, yeah. But I think they did a
Yeah.
good job, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
actually took me
because
by surprise.
well, because she seems quite strange and suspicious in the opening scene, but only because you think that the secret is that she wants to sell it because it's cursed, rather than
Mm,
she wants to sell it because she's a warlock. So
yeah.
it works really well, and it kind of works even better in retrospect because you don't really have a villain in the episode until right towards the end when it's revealed that Malcolm is a warlock and then Jane obviously turns out to be a warlock. So I like you
Mm,
spend a good half an hour of the episode without actually having a villain, technically.
mm. And maybe the guy who played Malcolm did do a good job because you don't actually think that. I didn't get the vibe he was bad at all. I just thought it was a bit of a, you know, klutz,
Numpty.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So perhaps he played it really well.
I thought he did. I thought both of the actors who played what's his name? Malcolm and Jane. I thought they both did a great job, both
Mm,
as like innocent and also as demons. I thought
mm.
they were both really well cast.
Yeah, because I thought, oh, it's going to be one of those episodes where, Prue's just got to try and save the person from this unknown entity that maybe we might not see at all. We just know of this legend. And
Yeah,
then, yeah, pulled the rug from under my little feet.
I know. And it's like, it really, this episode, when you compare it to other episodes in season one, where they had a similar thing where like there were lots of plot lines going on, but there was almost
Mm,
too much going on. I feel like
yeah.
this episode just shows how much the writers have sort of figured out by this
Mm,
point what the correct balance is in an episode for having, multiple plot strands.
yeah. I think
Um,
you're totally right there because we've had, I mean, this is only the third episode and it was a good one. So
mm,
it just shows that it's almost like they'd worked out the special formula, like you say, and
yeah,
everything was just
totally.
like hitting the nail on the head all the time.
Yeah, and like
Brilliant.
I know we'll get on to Sister Bond, but I do think that the story is very much told through the Sister Bond, I
Mm,
think.
yeah.
It's all about how they feel about each other and what's going on in their lives, and
Yeah.
yeah, it just kind of works really well, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm.
Definitely. Let's have a look at some of the comments. So Matthew said these were good episodes, especially the painted world.
Cool.
Matthew also said the sinister painting reminded me. Oh no, give me the hard words. The sinister painting reminded me of the Mezzotint short story
Oh.
by M.R. James. I don't know whether I'm saying that
Oh,
right.
okay.
One of my favourite Victorian ghost story authors. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love
I've
M.R.
not heard of.
James.
I've not heard of that. I need to.
Oh,
I need to live more.
yeah.
Clearly. Relena said, I love a good sinister painting story.
Mm,
Yeah. Sharon said, absolutely love M.R. James. Oh,
yeah.
okay. I wonder whether I have read some M.R. James, but I've just not realised
There's
it.
one of them is called Whistle and I'll Come to You. I think that's the film
Oh, that
version.
sounds familiar.
It's
Yeah.
really spooky. It's
Yeah.
kind of like about a haunted bed.
Oh, it's like my pet. Oh, a
It's
haunted
really
bed.
spooky.
Maybe I haven't
Yeah,
read that.
the BBC back in like I think the 70s, they did a whole load of adaptations of M.R. James short stories. And I mean, my favorite one is Whistle and I'll Come to You because it's absolutely
Mm.
terrifying. It still is terrifying.
I need to add them to the list.
Yeah.
Definitely. Sharon said Gothic horror is my fave genre.
Mm.
Also huge fan of Sheridan Le Fanu.
Oh,
Have I said that correctly?
okay.
Hopefully. And Sharon said she thinks Matthew and her were separated at birth because they like the same things.
Oh.
I love that. Matthew said those martial arts practices have really paid off for Phoebe. Yeah. I love how
Mm.
it's just come full circle and she's like really awesome at it now. So
Yeah.
good.
Because she started doing kickboxing in like episode 16 of season one, I
Yeah,
think.
something like that. Where you, with that dummy and you see her
The
like,
dummy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Matthew said it says Alyssa Milano did most of her own martial arts and stunts on the show. Yes,
Mm.
Alyssa Milano.
Very cool.
So cool. And she looks hot while she's doing it as well.
Yeah.
Sharon said a cursed whistle, Josh, with
Yeah,
a
it
laughy
is.
face.
Yeah, it is a curse whistle, but some stuff happens with the bed that is pretty scary.
Oh, again, like my bed. No, I'll have to check that out. So, we'll go on to the sister bond then, because obviously you mentioned about the sister bond. So, the first thing I've got is obviously the whole Phoebe drama with Phoebe has driven Prue's car into a pole. Phoebe doesn't want to tell Prue, so she tells Piper not to say anything. She's going to try and get this job, which we'll talk a little bit about as well. But in the end, she does confess to Prue, you know. But Phoebe says she's the youngest sister and always causes the problems.
Oh,
Do we feel sorry for
Phoebe.
Phoebe? She still feels that way.
I know, I did feel sorry for her.
Mm,
It kind of slightly came out of left field, I guess, because because to us, she always seemed incredibly smart,
mm,
very open, very forward thinking, and sort of well put together. But maybe because she's she didn't go to college or she dropped out of college, she moved to New York,
mm,
she lived in her home in New York for a while, came home again. Now she's a witch, and she very much sort of embraced being a witch and found
mm,
freedom and joy in that. But maybe because there is this pressure to get a job and actually sort of be, in inverted commas, a grown up. I wonder if that's when that feeling of not being smart enough suddenly gets stirred up because
Yeah, she
she may
feels
be a
so
kick-ass
insecure.
witch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a kick-ass
Oh.
witch, but she, in the eyes of, society, she's unemployed, and maybe that gives
Mm,
her a feeling of sort of how she feels in this episode, which is she doesn't feel very smart. She feels stupid, and
yeah.
yeah, so I
Oh.
did feel bad for her.
Yeah, I felt really sorry
It made
for
you
her.
realize just how young she is, really, because
Mm,
she seems quite grown up a lot of the time. She's quite emotionally intelligent. But
yeah.
then in this episode, you see that she is only just sort of like, what, 23, 24,
Yeah.
which is still so young and trying to figure her life out.
Yeah. Oh, I just felt sorry for her. And I was really happy in the end when she did tell Prue. Well, about halfway through the episode, I think she does confess to Prue. And Prue actually takes it pretty well, to be honest, doesn't
I
she, for
know.
Prue? I was
Yeah.
like, I like this.
I
Did you
love,
did you
I,
like that?
yeah, I love the way that Prue is written in this episode
Yeah.
because, yeah, you really do the elder sibling, you've done something, they're the parent
Yeah.
figure, they're going to tell you off, they're going to be so disappointed in you.
Mm,
And that's worse than them being angry at you, obviously, because someone
yeah.
being disappointed in you is just the worst. It's
Yeah.
like, I know I should have done better. But she's great. And I think that, um, I don't know if it's because this episode is written by Constance M. Burge, who was the creator of
Mm,
Charmed, who, as we've talked about, she had two sisters, she's kind of drew from her own relationships in
yeah.
creating the Hallowell sisters. Um, so like even though Prue is obviously still the eldest sibling, she's become more chill and like funny. And when Phoebe
Yeah.
confesses this sort of car problem that she's had, Prue kind of is sweetly amused by how nervous Phoebe is about making this confession.
Yeah, she is. She's kind of like, what is going on? Why are you
Yeah,
so nervous to tell me?
yeah. And she
You
just sort
know.
of says, "Oh, I just was worried if you were okay.
Mm,
Like, screw the car."
yeah,
And she finds the
exactly.
whole incident like you backed it into a pole. Like she finds it quite amusing.
I think deep down she's like, this is something Phoebe would do, but I'm okay with that. Like, as long as
Yeah, I
she's
know my
okay, she's
sister.
healthy. Yeah, exactly. It's just a piece of metal. It doesn't matter. She really
Yeah,
took it so well. And yeah,
yeah.
I loved Prue for that.
And I do feel like, so we had in the premiere episode, we had Prue dealing with her Andy grief and sort of accepting that he was gone and trying to move on with her life. And I do feel like now that Andy's gone, she
Mm,
feels so much lighter. And it's like less angsty and less. She just has a lightness to her, which is really lovely to see because we didn't really see
yeah.
it that much in
We
season one.
haven't. We haven't seen that. And it's
Yeah.
funny how they haven't introduced like a love interest for her either
Hmm.
yet. And so it's funny how she feels more freer in that respect as well, maybe.
Yeah, I do love that for the rest of Prue's time in Charmed, she never gets another long-term love interest.
Mm,
And I don't know if that was like a decision creatively to not sort of like lumber her with a love interest, or if they just felt that she works better without that sort
mm,
of yoke around her neck because she's so independent and she is so like the head of the family. She fulfills like the mother role without having a partner.
yeah,
But she's also like a kick-ass businesswoman, kick-ass witch. So who needs a
yeah.
man? She's
Yeah,
fine.
who needs a man?
Yeah,
Do your own thing, Prue.
yeah.
And I did like the scene as well between Prue and Piper, where I think Piper's like obsessively spiraling a little bit, and
Yeah.
obviously then Prue tells Piper not to obsess, and Piper
Hmm.
kind of says, "Well, you do this." And she says, "I don't obsess. I just think intently."
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was
I
like,
love that.
"I'm going
That
to
line
use
delivery is
that."
so funny.
I'm going to use that. I don't obsess. I just
Yeah.
think intently.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. So what else did you pick up on the sister bond?
Um, I didn't really pick up on anything else. I just think they were just really well written. Like
Yeah,
you have that
yeah,
moment when Piper goes into Phoebe's bedroom, and I love, like we've talked about Holly Marie Combs and how she just acts the hell out of like the smallest moments.
yeah.
And there's a moment where she knocks on Phoebe's door. Phoebe is in her bedroom looking through the Book of Shadows, trying to come up with the spell
Mm.
that she doesn't want anybody else to know about. And she's like, "Can you come back later?" And Piper's like, "No, I do need to talk to you." Phoebe kind of says, "Okay, just give me a sec. Okay, you can come in now." And then Piper comes in and gives her a look like, "I'm not going to ask what was going on in here, but I know something was going on in
It's
here."
like she's been there before,
Yeah,
and she knows
exactly.
it's better not to ask.
Totally. She's got this little smile on her face and just says it all.
Yeah, I love that. And I love the fact that Piper sits on the bed and couldn't feel that big hefty book
Right?
just behind her back.
Yeah, and the bookmark ribbons were sticking out of the blanket as well. It was so obvious she was
Yeah.
in there with the Book of Shadows.
Oh dear. Oh,
Yeah.
bless,
Yeah, they were
bless.
good. Yeah, they
Yeah.
just the chemistry is so on point by this point. You
Yeah.
just you just completely believe they're sisters.
Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind. I just think they really are sisters.
Yeah. And it's like how in Sex and the City, where Sarah Michelle, no, what's her name? Sarah Jessica Parker, she would
Yeah.
talk about how the most difficult scenes in Sex and the City to film were the ones when it was the four of them sitting around a table having a conversation,
Mm,
because it was all about like the dynamic and the interplay and the rhythm of their conversation.
yeah.
And I feel like that's something that Charmed does really well.
Mm,
Just moments like the sisters standing around the kitchen island having their little conversations.
yeah.
And it's
And the
just like a lovely,
one-liners as
yeah,
well. Perfect.
they're just
Yeah.
brilliant.
Just brilliant. I love
Yeah,
it. So just jumping a little bit back to mythology. So obviously this is the second time really that Phoebe needs to get a job for Prue's sake. So the
yeah.
first time it was to buy Prue a birthday present, and this time obviously it's to get Prue's car fixed. So I kind of
So
like
her
that as
main,
a little
yeah,
bit of a loose mythology of stuff.
yeah, like her main motivation for getting a job is to make
Yeah,
Prue happy.
yeah. It's like just it just made me laugh. But obviously she needs to take this aptitude test and she feels intimidated. I mean, to be fair, when she walks into that room and there's all those people there for that job, I would just be like, what's the
Yeah. Why am I
point?
even here?
Yeah. So, and obviously it's predominantly men in there as well. So obviously she feels a little bit intimidated and not confident in that moment because it seems that only the smart candidates are going for the interview. So then Phoebe decides to write her first spell. So it's the
Yes.
smart spell. So she writes this spell on a piece of paper, folds it 3 times, holds it to her temple, and then she says at the end, P.S. This isn't for personal gain. So,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on this? Because was it technically personal gain? Because she was raising money to pay for the accident she caused, but then obviously it then turns out it does help the situation with the painting. What are your thoughts on that?
She has got so much to gain personally from this spell.
Yeah,
Like she's pretending that she's doing it for Prue, but really she's doing it to ease her guilty conscience about
yeah.
crashing the car into a pole.
Yeah.
So I feel like naming the elephant in the room doesn't necessarily get rid of the elephant in the room.
Wouldn't there be some
Yeah,
type of punishment though for that? Like, surely, there's got to
yeah.
have been some comeback. I mean, it just so
She
happened
would
it
have come
worked out.
when the spell ended. She would have been even stupider than she was
Yeah.
before. You know?
Oh, bless her.
Yeah,
She does just make me laugh. But I did just love how it was the first time she writes the spell, and I thought I was like, oh, okay. I'm not sure we've seen Phoebe do this on her own without the other sisters, like without them doing it together. So I thought
no,
that
we
was quite
haven't.
interesting that,
And it's a
a
good
sister
spell.
can do it. Yeah, it was.
It's like a nicely
Love
written
that.
spell.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
and like the Piper writes a spell at the beginning of season 5 to get rid of her fear. It's a fearless spell. And that's a
Mm.
really well written spell as well. So they were
Yeah,
clearly
so
born for
good.
this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And that,
do feel like this. I was going to ask you, do you think that because this was originally in the production order episode two,
mm,
do you feel like it makes more sense to be episode two rather than three, given that episode two was all about them learning their lesson about personal gain?
yeah, do you know what? I did think that. I thought, oh, how interesting that they switched the order, because then why would she still do that, knowing that what could potentially happen being burned at the stake? So she just didn't learn a lesson, did she?
Yeah. I think my theory is that she learns her lesson in a roundabout way because she does actually defeat the demon or the warlocks using
Yeah.
her actual smarts. When the smart spell has worn off, that's when she defeats the
Mm.
warlocks. So I think she learns that she has to do the smart hang on, she has to do the smart spell
All the
to
tongue
learn
twisters.
that she doesn't need a smart spell.
Yeah.
So in some ways, it is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah. So maybe deep down when she said not for personal gain, like whoever's in charge of the spells up there was
Yeah,
like, yeah, she's going to learn a valuable lesson, so we'll go with this one.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, but it is interesting. I do wonder why they did switch the order.
yeah, I know.
It
Well,
just seemed
because
a bit.
I wonder if it's because, I mean, episode two is such a strong episode
Yeah, it
that
is.
you've kind of had the season premiere, which helps to welcome in both new fans and old
Mm,
fans, and it kind of wraps up season one, and it
yeah.
sets out the stall for season two. And I wonder if they moved Morality Bites into the episode two because it's just such a banger of an episode
Mm,
that it would sort of hook in any new fans that would be like, I'm not really sure if I'm going to watch this or not.
yeah, that's true.
And then
Yeah.
episode three and four kind of do segue quite nicely into each other in terms of like the Piper, Dan, Leo
Mm,
stuff, I
yeah.
suppose. So I guess it kind of
Yeah.
makes sense.
Because that's the other thing, isn't it? Because Leo was in episode two, and then obviously he's not in episode three.
Yeah.
So it would have followed on nicely in that respect into episode four. Interesting, interesting
Yeah.
choice.
And
I'd love
also
to know why they
Piper,
make these choices.
yeah. I guess also because Piper is very actively and obviously working on the club in episode three, and then
Yeah,
it opens in episode four, so that kind of links up quite nicely
yeah,
without having that interval of morality bites as well.
yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm.
Did you pick anything else up in mythology?
One of the things was that this is the first time that a sister has been trapped in some kind of media object.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because in future episodes they get trapped in films,
Oh,
and
nice.
then later on there's an episode. It's not the sisters, but someone uses a camera to capture souls.
Oh, I think I remember that.
And
Yeah.
then sorry, not Charmed, Paige goes into a book in Charmed Noir,
Oh
a black and white
yeah, of
episode, which is
course.
really
Yes, that
cool.
is a good one. That is. I remember that one.
So yeah, this sets up this sort of like Charmed idea of you can actually go into the world of art, I suppose. Like
Mm,
art is its own world, which is quite a nice philosophy, I think.
yeah, yeah, I like that. And
Mm.
I also noticed when under the smart spell that Phoebe kind of in after she goes under, she reminded me a bit of Willow from Buffy.
Yeah,
Like even the
totally.
outfit choice, like was very
Yeah,
Willow, and I thought that was quite, in the early seasons of Buffy, obviously, but yeah, it just was really reminiscent of that, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
interesting choice,
I
interesting.
know. I also
So,
noticed that the blinking sound is
oh,
different.
oh, yeah, it's like a high
Yeah.
pitch
It's like,
like sound, yeah, but it was different before, right?
yeah, it was more like,
How'd it go, Josh?
I secretly was the special effects, sound effects
I was
person on
going to say it
Charmed.
was like I was on the episode.
Yeah. Did you just see me blink in and out?
I did. It was that
Yeah.
quick. It was
Yeah.
brilliant.
I think they change it only for this season, which is weird. Because then after
Oh,
this season, they do go back to the original sound because it was Matthew in The Witch is Back in season 1 who had the first
Yeah.
blinking power.
They were like, who put this blinking sound in series 2?
Yeah,
You're fired. Back to the
yeah,
old
you're
blinking
blinking
sound.
fired. Back to the blinking classifieds.
Oh, I'll just have a look at some comments. So Matthew said, I think Prue and Piper have helped Phoebe feel the way she does about herself. They joke about how disorganised and unemployable she is, and
Mm.
also that she's irresponsible. Yeah, sometimes they don't.
She does
Yeah,
take her witch responsibility really seriously, though,
yeah,
if
yeah,
nothing
she
else.
does. Yeah, definitely. Matthew said, I was never able to imagine Prue with a man, even Andy. She's her own
No.
total character to me. Yeah.
Yeah, she don't
She
need a
don't.
man.
I was just going to say that. She don't need no man.
She don't need a man to make her happy.
Matthew said, I had to take an aptitude test in a job interview.
Ugh.
It was for another library job back in the 90s. It was a spur of the moment and it was very intimidating. Have you ever had to take like a test like that?
I don't really know what an aptitude test is, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I think I
Is it
did.
an IQ test?
I think I'm not 100% sure, but I did have to take some type of test that apparently tested my grammar and math skills
Oh,
at some point for
that
for
might be
some job that I
aptitude.
was going for. Yeah, and
Hmm.
it was, I think it was multiple choice, I want to say, so it wasn't like I had to work out big equations. I think it was just like circle the things, and then they can tell things of your personality from that. It was all
Right.
very, I was like, oh dear, someone's
I
going to
was,
assess my personality
yeah.
from a
Hire this
test.
woman. She's a genius.
They were probably like, whoa, what is happening? No one's ever got these answers before.
Yeah.
Oh
I was
dear.
really confused about what Phoebe was expected to do when she went to that room because they all seemed to be sitting around filling in the
Yeah,
form, but then she was told she could return the form in the next couple of days. So
yeah.
what was the interview? Was it like a screening interview
I
in that
kind of
time or?
felt it was a little bit like, oh, you're not going to get anywhere amongst all these men,
Uh,
say, or,
yeah,
that are going for the job, so you might as well just come back in a couple of days. That's how I
yeah,
took it. So she was
yeah.
being dismissed as usual to come back another time. And she did. And we don't know what she got on it in the end. I would have liked to. Did she put it in the aptitude test?
No, she
No,
ripped
she
off at
didn't
the
get
end.
there. Yeah.
I think she did
Aw.
fill it in and she thought that she'd aced it because she was under the
Mm,
smart spell. And then
yeah.
she ripped it up at the end because she learned her
Oh,
lesson, didn't she?
bless her.
Yeah.
Sharon said, for my last job before I retired, I had to do a logic test. Oh, I think that's what I did, a logic test
Mm.
and a psych test too. And I was an accountant.
Oh.
Whoa. Matthew said he had to do a psych test too for the library I work at now. It was a team building exercise.
Oh. Did you have to
Oh,
share the answers publicly?
I know. So
Mm.
Matthew says we all took the test and they put up an axes chart and placed us where we fell on the grid.
Oh my God.
I did learn I am the polar psych opposite of a woman I didn't really like, so it made sense. Oh, I love that.
Checks out.
Yeah. Sharon said as long as they put you put you on opposite shifts to Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kirsty said Phoebe probably has undiagnosed ADHD. Oh,
Oh.
interesting. And Matthew said no, he outlasted the woman. I like that. So work it. I've kind of put work it and love is pain kind of together on this one because I
Yeah,
thought
that
they
makes
kind of
sense.
come hand in hand. So obviously Piper has this War of Peace code of violations for the club, which is named P3. Yay,
Oh no,
P3.
we don't find out this episode.
Oh, we don't. Okay,
No,
okay.
next
I'm just
episode.
calling it
I don't
P3
think
in
we
my
do.
notes.
Yeah,
No,
we'll
it
call it
is
P3.
mainly,
It's fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
But basically, the club she's trying to open.
yeah.
So she asks Dan next door to check them out. Did we know that Dan was? Did we know Dan's profession? Like, what? What is he? Why is he going to check out
I
her violations.
I know. Oh, hello. Dan can check up
Hmm.
my violations any day of the
And
week.
mine, to be honest.
I don't think we did know that he.
No, so I was like, oh, okay. It must be
Maybe he
something to do
mentions it
with.
in passing in in episode
Hmm.
one, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
he seems to be around a lot for somebody who has a job. He's always home.
Yeah, it does. It
Yeah,
does. So obviously, in exchange, Dan says that his sister Jen, is it his sister?
his
Yeah, it is.
niece.
His niece, sorry. I knew when I said sister, it wasn't sister. When his niece Jen needs help
Jenny.
talking Jenny.
Doesn't matter, but yeah, Jenny. She's not going to be around long enough for you to remember her name, Shelley. Don't worry.
That's probably what it is. I'm just like, she'll be gone soon.
Yeah. What's her name?
Spoiler.
Jane? No.
Yeah, something beginning with J. So basically, his niece, Jenny, needs help with a paper all about reproduction and sex. So obviously, Piper agrees to do this. Now, is this
Yeah.
unusual for Piper, do we think?
It
Or
definitely
did.
feels like more of a Phoebe job.
Yeah.
I do think it's usual for Piper to ask someone to give her a hand, maybe because she worked at Quake, so she's very good at managing people.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
if she did know that
Mm.
Dan worked in construction, she was worried about how much work there was to do, then
Mm.
maybe she would go and ask him. But yeah, it did feel a bit strange that she doesn't know him that well. And it kind of felt
Mm.
like, you want to chat to the hot guy in the vest and
I think
the
so.
chest hair?
I think she just came up with an excuse, to be honest. I mean, would you?
I mean,
Dan is
yes,
the man.
he looked so good. Is that thing, the necklace that he was wearing, is that called a thong, like a leather thong?
Oh.
Don't know, but it was
It
nice.
worked.
Yeah, that is a sign of the times, wearing a necklace. He looked like a
Yeah.
surfer.
He did. He looked like he'd be grabbing his surfboard and heading off
Oh,
to catch some waves.
excuse me.
Not a euphemism. Oh yeah, so we do
Yeah,
kind of get that inkling that Phoebe gets the inkling as well that Piper kind of likes Dan. Phoebe's got
yeah.
a good intuition like that, I feel.
She's a premonition haver,
Yeah.
whatever the word is for her. She's that.
Oh yeah, of
Um,
course, because it goes with her, with her
totally.
premonition
Her powers.
skills.
I did think it was hilarious that Dan asks Piper to help teach Jenny the sex ed stuff. And then
Mm.
Piper says, "Oh, she's got lots of experience with that." And he's like, "Sex?" And she's like, "No, not with sex, just with talking about it," which is
Yeah,
so
I liked
adorable.
that. Oh, I did like
It's
that
kind
as
of
well.
like this whole episode kind of feels like their meet cute,
Mm.
where
Yeah, it
they
was
have lots of
sweet.
scenes where they're just so adorable together that you kind of go, Leo who?
Yeah, you do. You
So
kind of
jelly.
forget that. I know. No, I agree. I'm on the Dan train. Woohoo! Choo
Yeah.
choo! I'm joining.
Steamy. On that steamy train.
I'm pulling that cord. I'm pulling that
It's
thong.
talking about Phoebe, it's also noticeable that in this episode, Phoebe's crush on Dan has entirely
Oh,
vanished.
yes,
Because you remember in the
yeah,
premiere, her, Piper, and Prue all go, whoa, when Dan comes
yeah.
in the door. But now
Mm.
Phoebe's just like has no interest in him whatsoever.
Yeah, that's so true. Do you think
Mm,
that's because, obviously, because of the sister bond? Do you think that's because she's just realised Piper kind of likes him, so she's just going to back off? I mean, we did have that
yeah,
episode where they were kind of like, I think it was
fighting
with
over
Leo,
Leo.
yeah, where they were fighting over Leo. But then Phoebe does back off when she kind of knows Piper
Yeah,
Piper likes him.
yeah. I
Yeah.
wonder if like off screen, Piper's just been relating everything to Dan, and Phoebe
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, okay." Like this plant, it just really reminds me of Dan. So okay, Piper, I guess he's yours then.
There's a nice juicy peach on the side. Dan.
Let's call him Dan.
I did love, however, that and somewhere along the line, Phoebe has to take over. Obviously, when she's smart, Phoebe, when she's done the spell, and she draws that reproductive system for Jenny.
Which she doesn't actually even need to do, because Jenny says, I already know about this stuff.
I already know.
I just couldn't tell my uncle about it.
Oh,
so she still draws that picture for her. And I love it when at the end of the episode, Prue sees it and she's like, whoa. And she's like, okay, explain this whole thing to me. And Phoebe goes, oh, well, this is Dan and this is Piper, pointing at the sperm and the egg.
So good. But again, another good nod for Charmed, that they talk about sex openly. They've brought it up again. And I kind of love that nurturing side that they've got with Jenny. Like, they want to try and help Dan and help Jenny as well at the same time. And I kind of like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. And I did have... Oh,
sorry.
Go on, you go.
I was just... Did you like seeing Piper in this role of like taking charge of her own business, so to speak?
In more ways than one. No, I did. I loved it because she's got such a passion for it. She wants to be her own boss. She wants this to be successful, and then she's got all these obstacles in her way of these code violations, which some of them just sounded ridiculous, like health and safety stuff. But she's got that determination. She wants to make it a success.
Yeah,
she's really proud of it. I feel.
I know, because she basically was like the unsung hero of Quake last year.
Yeah,
she ran around that restaurant like without like her pants were on fire, and just making sure everything was getting done. Taking care of business. So now she does deserve to have her own place and sort of actually get to own it and take ownership of that.
And I also like, even though she kind of spirals a bit, and she's overthinking things sometimes, it doesn't feel like she's going to give up. Like, she doesn't feel like she's going to throw in the towel, or she's like, this is just something that I need to solve. It's really difficult at the moment. I'm going to get there. And
exactly.
I like that.
Yeah, it's part of the process.
Yeah.
And she knows she's got her sisters.
Well, you say that, Josh, but Phoebe did go into that club with all those violations with a very wobbly hard hat.
I know. Do you think that was a kid's hat?
I don't know.
Because it looked like it was going to fall off.
Every time she moved her head, it was like wobbling. And I was like, there better be no health and safety inspectors around. Well, and she was with Dan, was she with Dan? Yeah. Who's meant to know all this stuff. So surely you should have said that hat should have been secure.
I mean, why wasn't he wearing one?
Exactly.
Because it wouldn't fit. His hair wouldn't fit in it, basically.
Because he's just got too beautiful hair. Anyway.
I'm with you.
Yeah. The last thing I've got for work is Prue's got a new assistant at the auction house.
Oh, Jamie?
Joe? Oh, I thought it was Joe, but
no, it is
names.
Joe. No.
Yeah, so Joe. And I was like, oh, I wonder if he'll stick around.
I know, he seems so nice, but I don't think he is really in it again.
No.
But I liked him.
Yeah.
I did think it was a bit risky of Piper to freeze him and then leave the room. Are you trying to make the guy think he's going crazy?
Perhaps that was the plan. That's why he didn't come back. He was like, I'm not coming back.
He's been checked into a psych ward. He's doing an aptitude test to see if he's crazy.
Yeah. Sharon said, Dan works for the city. He mentioned it when they first met them, I think. Oh, I mean, that could mean a number of things, doesn't it? Working for the city.
Could mean like he's beating the pavement as a cop. Or...
Excuse me.
Well, yeah, there is that. He's working in a strip joint, Magic Mike style.
Beating the pavement.
That's what Piper should have done. Piper should have just hired Dan to be a stripper in her club.
Yeah.
And everyone would have come there.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been all right. Matthew said, didn't we have this discussion about a thong necklace in one of our book chats? Maybe. Oh, yes, maybe the surfer.
There you
Matthew
go.
Said, yeah, with the eye necklace. Yeah. That wasn't as attractive as Dan's one. Sure. And Barbara Dead Sheep, the Point Crime, had a necklace in that too. Sharon said, Matthew says, I've had it both ways. I ran a business for somebody else and ran my own. It's a lot easier to do for somebody else, and the pay is a lot more regular.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, should we move on to Sign of the Times?
Sure.
Did you notice any Sign of the Times in this? Because I didn't note anything down.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got a fair few actually.
Oh, okay, brilliant.
Yeah. Well, so Phoebe's job interview thing, she goes to a place called Web San Francisco. So I
Oh,
wonder if that's why she was feeling a bit out of her depth because it was clearly like a
yeah.
dot-com boom kind of situation.
Mm,
And she's up against people from bloody Harvard and Stanford.
yeah.
And one of the guys, I think it's the guy from Stanford. No, it's not. It's a completely different guy who was also quite dishy, actually.
He was.
Yeah, he leans over to her and he says, in this day and age, who can't write in the HTML and numeric languages, right? Do you remember when
Yeah,
HTML was like
nice.
the hot new thing?
Yeah, of course. How did I miss that? I think I
Yeah.
was too distracted because I was like, oh, hello.
Dish dish. Yeah, is this the new love interest?
Oh, that's a good one.
And on a similar line, Phoebe, I think, talks about AskRaymond.com, which I'm
Ah,
guessing, because we had Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves,
So
yeah.
Ask Raymond must be, I guess, the American version of Ask Jeeves.
Oh, okay. Oh, do you
Yeah.
remember that? Oh, that was so
Ask
cool.
Jeeves. That was so
Ask
weird.
Jeeves.
Well, yeah, because it was like, I think the name of it made you kind of think that it was AI, but it was like
Mm,
the 90s, so clearly it wasn't.
yeah.
Because you couldn't just say, "Hi Jeeves, how do I make a baked potato?"
Yeah.
It would actually just be a search engine.
I wonder how accurate Jeeves was.
Yeah, like,
We followed Jeeves' plans.
yeah. How much content did the internet actually have in
Yeah,
1999? Yeah.
exactly.
Was there as much as there is now? Yeah.
Oh, like the Microsoft paperclip. You normally ask him, and he never used to really help,
Yeah.
to be
He used to just
fair.
go, oh, and
Just
shrug, didn't he?
go,
I don't know.
oh, I'm just a paperclip.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh, those were
Yeah.
the days.
Yeah. I did
Oh,
notice style-wise, we have Phoebe's hair in braids,
yeah, so
and
cool.
then Prue's wearing the headscarf, the bright green headscarf.
Oh, at the end, yeah.
Yeah. And Phoebe's got that, like, is it like a boho kind of top with the
Mm,
ruchy sleeves?
yeah.
Is it boho?
All of Phoebe's outfits are always just a sign of the times, aren't they? She was
Yeah.
so like stylish for the late 90s,
Yeah.
definitely.
I think Phoebe's style in season two is probably the best she ever looked.
With that tan, she's got such a deep
Oh my
tan in this one.
God.
Looks so hot.
I know they
So
all have a
hot.
tan in this
Yeah.
episode. I guess because it was the second one they shot. So
Mm,
Even Piper's got, sorry, Holly Marie Combs has got it at the time. Um,
yeah.
and my final sign of the times was that when Phoebe's super smart, she can answer all the questions on the TV quiz show that's called Win Ben Stein's Money,
Yeah.
which ran from 1997 to 2003.
Oh,
So Charmed
so it was
outlived it by 3 years.
so it was actually a real TV show, real quiz
Yeah,
show. Oh wow, love that.
yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
bit of free promo there.
Exactly.
Oh, you picked up some good ones. I can't believe. I
Oh,
think I was
thanks.
just like so distracted by Dan. I just
Yeah.
didn't
It's
notice.
difficult. It is difficult when it's a really good episode to remember to write any notes because you just get
Yeah.
sucked
You
into
just
it.
get absorbed
Like being
in.
sucked
Yeah,
into a
really sucked
painting.
in. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
Charmed.
Matthew said, "Oh, this was the dot-com bubble. I forgot that was going on when
Yeah,
this came on." Uh,
Silicon Valley and all
Matthew says, "At my interview for my job now, they asked if I knew HTML, and I hadn't used it or thought about it in years. I laughed out loud. Guess what? I use it every day in cataloging.
that. Ah,
HTML."
cool. I went for like an internship interview when I was 18, 19, and I knew HTML because I used to create websites when I was younger.
Ah.
And I went for this internship, and the guy said, "Oh, do you know JavaScript?" And I was like, "No, but I know HTML." And he said, "Oh, that's already over. It's all
Oh,
Java."
oh,
I know. I was like, "Oh, great. I'm already out of touch. I'm only 18."
oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
sad times.
harsh. Sharon said, I missed the paperclip.
Yeah.
Matthew said, I hated that damn paperclip. And Milena said, Clippy, the paperclip.
Oh.
Oh. And Kirsty says, Javna script.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
can all do
Oh, dear.
Javnar script.
Matthew said, I think later in the early 2000s, there was a virus where you could get it on your monitor and never went away. Is this Clippy the paperclip,
Mm,
is it? Are you?
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Matthew said, I used to watch Win Ben Stein's Money. It was on the Comedy Channel.
Oh,
Ah.
cool.
Matthew said you could have catalogued Josh and still be using HTML. There you
I
go.
wish.
So, charming dialogue then. So, what did you have for charming dialogue? Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I have the one that we kind of already mentioned earlier where Prue says to Piper, "Stop, you're obsessing." And Piper says, "Well, it runs in the family." And Prue says, "I don't obsess, I think intensely."
I love that one. I had that
So
one as
funny.
well. Did you have
Uh,
any more?
I have Piper talking about Phoebe saying, "She's a walking brain trust, an Einstein with cleavage."
We've got exactly the same dialogue. How weird that we picked that up.
Oh,
I
you
love
go
that
now.
one.
I've got a few more, but you do yours now.
No, those are the only two I,
Oh,
I wrote down. So
ah,
obviously I've got she's a regular genius and Einstein with cleavage was just my
amazing.
favourite line from this
Yeah.
episode. I thought it was brilliant.
I also have Phoebe saying, "Wow, I am one super smart witch," which was like,
Yes.
yeah, kick ass.
Yeah, Phoebe.
And then she's trying to remember what the three-word Latin spell was to like get people out of the painting. She can't quite remember
Mm,
it. And I
yeah.
think the Latin itself is Viva omnes liberant, but she's kind of going Viva omnes liberace? No, not liberace.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah.
Oh. So, talking about sister of the episode, who was your favourite?
Okay, I did really love Prue. We've talked about I love the way she was written in this episode.
Yeah,
But I do think that Sister of the Week has to be Phoebe.
yeah,
It just has to be.
I agree.
Because
I
she's just
totally
so,
agree.
so fun. She's loving
Yeah,
doing her jujitsu. She's the one who sort of learns the lesson. You know, the smart spell wears off and she finds a
yeah,
solution to the problem. Didn't need it after all. Yeah, I just love Phoebe. I love season two Phoebe is just brilliant. I love her.
yeah. It'd be interesting to go back. We'll have to go back and see who we put as sister of the episode and do like a little bar chart or
Yeah,
something at some point because I'm sure Phoebe will just be at the top because
yeah.
she's, as you say, she's just so great in, especially in season two, but in these last few episodes, and this one, I had Phoebe as my sister of the week because
Oh,
I just loved her. I just thought she was brilliant,
I
so
wonder if
brilliant.
because she's the youngest, doesn't have a job, doesn't have a boyfriend, you know, she's the one who has embraced being a witch. So
Mm.
she does kind of get a lot of the main witchy plots, doesn't she? Like,
Yeah.
so I wonder, you know, in terms of like I mean, obviously Prue gets the painting thing, but
Mm.
it's Phoebe who really does like learn the witch lesson
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
explores being a witch in this episode. So I wonder if that's partly why we do love her so much. Because
Could be.
she kind of embodies what we love about Charmed.
Yeah. I also do think as well that as we've said many a time, Lisa Milano, the way she plays it in her comedy timing is just chef's kiss.
Yeah,
Perfect.
you really can't beat Alyssa Milano's comedy
No,
timing.
definitely.
Yeah.
And she got the shoes and the matching handbag at the end, so win-win.
Yeah, she learned a lesson and she got some nice
And she
free
got a
stuff.
nice present.
Yeah.
So, how many brooms out of five would you give this episode?
I'm going to give this one 4 because
Yeah,
it's just got such a great tone to it. It's a really fun standalone.
yeah,
It uses all the sisters really well. And like for me, this episode, it really just feels like a grown-up version of Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
yeah,
There's just something about what it's doing with the story and the sisters and the larks and the romp of it all. You know, it just
yeah.
kind of feels. more like Sabrina than maybe anything else that we've had in Charmed so far, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I gave it
Yeah.
4 brooms as well. I was like, at least I
Um,
could just watch and I don't need to really know any of the other storylines.
yeah.
Like, I could just watch this as a standalone, definitely.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Hi, Tanya.
Mm.
So, let's
Tanya?
see. Yeah, just saw Tanya popped up.
Oh,
Matthew said Phoebe for sure for Sister of the Episode. She literally kicked
yeah.
ass in this episode. And Melina said 4 brooms for me. Yeah, it's definitely a strong 4 brooms.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. I had a really good time with it.
loved it.
And yes, Melina said it really did have Sabrina vibes. Yeah,
Yeah, it made me really
definitely.
want to go back and rewatch like early Sabrina.
Yeah, oh,
Like
those
the
so good.
first 2 seasons of Sabrina, so good. I think
Yeah.
it's just above my head, can't see it.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, can't see it.
there it is.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
see
Sabrina.
it.
Yeah,
Oh, I love
above that
that.
ghost. That's the ghost that you got me.
How is it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't get you a ghost like that, Josh.
Yeah.
It made me laugh.
Yeah.
So, shall we move on to episode 4 then? The Devil's Music.
Let's do it.
So, in this episode, then, Piper is having difficulties to pay the bills of her club, now named P3,
There
which
you
is
go.
now open to the public. And Prue is trying to raise a loan with the investor, Chris Barker, which threw me because I actually know a Chris Barker. So I was like, oh, wait. So that threw me a bit.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, rock band Dishwallahs, Dishwallah.
Dishwalla. Yeah.
So their band manager, Jeff Carlton, has a pact with a demon called Maslin. I want to say
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And the pact is that, to grant fortune and keep their success and the money coming in for the manager, he exchanges innocent souls to be collected and devoured for his yummy pleasure. Yum, yum, yum. In his tum. So, and Leo.
Demon yum yums.
Yum, yum. Gotta have his yum yums. So Leo, who is back in all his white lighter goodness, casts a spell to bring the band to play in P3 so he can try and capture the demon with the help of the sisters. And meanwhile, Daryl Morris
Yeah, Morris is back.
investigates the disappearance of the groupies of Dishwallah that disappear at their gigs. So obviously we've got Leo and Morris back in this episode. Yes,
Yeah.
double yes. And obviously I liked the name of the episode. Like, rock and roll music was obviously originally referred to as the Devil's Music.
Yeah.
And it's a rock band in the episode. So should we start with Work It rather than Demon?
Totally.
So obviously in the episode, P3, the club, is open to the public. There's not many people in there, like, to start with. In fact, I think somebody said, couldn't be more dead if I was embalmed. I think that's probably a Phoebe line, to be honest.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And the club is in the red already, with bills coming out of Piper's ears. So did you like the fact that the club wasn't like a major success off the bat? Like, you liked a bit of trouble going on?
It
What
really
did you
broke
think?
my heart when Piper came over to Prue and Phoebe. Prue and Phoebe are sitting in the bar just being like, oh my God, it's going to crash and burn. I can't believe this is happening. And then Piper comes over and she's sort of like trying so hard to be upbeat. She's really happy. You can see she is kind of happy.
She looks so happy.
And she's opened a club. It's amazing. She's like, do you notice it's called P3 and like a little nod to us? It's like, it's such a sisterly endeavor.
Yeah.
And so when she comes over, it just really broke my heart because she's trying so hard to be peppy and upbeat about it, but she's kind of, you can see there's a bit of a worry there. She's a bit concerned it's not going to be a hit like she wants it to be.
But again, her determination to make it a success is like, it just oozes out of her. Like,
yeah,
she really wants it to work.
Yeah,
definitely. And then
Yeah.
obviously Prue is trying to raise a loan with this sleazy investor guy called Chris Barker. Like, ugh,
Yeah.
like, ugh. So obviously, you know, she's asking him to lend her the money, like interest free, but he wants it on the basis that she goes to dinner with him in Paris.
Yeah.
I think he says like Paris is where it all begins. It's like, oh no.
Ew.
But I love how Prue's like, ugh, as well. Like she just like she's not having any of it.
No.
And later on, I think Prue says, you know, we don't need the money anymore. It's fine. With you know, they managed to sort it. And he goes to the bank and offers to pick up the loan, and the bank just accepts that he's going to do that.
I know.
And then
I have to
obviously,
admit, I found
yeah,
that whole storyline really confusing
I
because
know.
I don't understand. I don't know if that's how it really works with loans and investors and stuff.
Yeah. Because, like, how did I presume Prue knew this guy through the auction house, right? Because obviously she
Mm,
sold him pieces and
mm.
things like that. But how did we get to the conversation of him lending this money?
I know.
It was very random, and I
Yeah,
don't actually think it was needed in
it
the
really wasn't.
episode. Like,
No,
there was just no point other than to
it
show
just
that,
gave them it gave them something to do for the episode, I
yeah,
guess. But it was very odd.
it gave them someone to slime at the end, and he deserved
Yeah,
it with the the exploding demon. But yeah,
yeah.
I just was like, I don't know whether that is actually needed. I didn't need that. I was just like,
No,
every time he came on screen, I was just like, ugh, ugh.
he was slimy and he got slimed in the end.
Oh,
I do, yeah, because so when Piper first talks about opening a club, that's when Phoebe and Prue remortgage the house
yeah,
in order for her to have, equity or like, I don't know how it works,
yeah,
but in
yeah.
order for her to actually start working on a club. And that
Mm,
was kind of their gift to Piper.
yeah.
So I don't really know why they suddenly were in
How,
dire straits and had to
yeah.
do it all over again with some creepy guy.
Yeah, just oh no,
It was
just
very weird.
yuck, yuck,
Yeah. I
yuck.
guess he was kind of, well, we'll get onto the demon stuff, but I
Mm,
guess he was sort of like another human, monstrous
fodder.
human. Yeah,
Yeah, like a monstrous human, but in
yeah.
human form. Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Because I suppose, like, if you think about the theme of this episode, it is a lot about, you know, people doing things they shouldn't be doing, and then they get
yeah,
their comeuppance maybe at
so
the end.
true.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
So obviously, as well as I mentioned, Morris is back and he's got his own work it drama because he's investigating all these girls going missing, and it kind of he finds out he figures out it links to the manager and the band.
Mm.
Andy gets a bit of a mention with a bit
Yeah,
of a I won't say heart to heart between Prue and Morris, but like Morris kind of puts his foot down and basically
yeah.
makes it clear, I'm not Andy. You need to start being open with me. What did you think of that? I
I
was
loved
cheering.
that scene so much.
Mm,
Yeah, because firstly, it was amazing to see Andy back, not Andy, he said. It was amazing to see
back.
Morris back. And you catch up with him where he's showing Jeff Carlton, the band manager, a load of pictures of missing women.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like a weird flashback to season 1 because Morris, I keep calling him Andy. It's Morris. Morris, Andy is dead. Accept that.
You're in denial, Josh. That's
I'm
what it
so in
is.
denial.
In
I miss
denial.
Andy so
The
much.
hair gel.
um, but no, it's kind of like a flashback to Charmed season 1 because Morris is just continuing business as usual,
Mm,
going around trying to keep the city safe, and that was really cool to see that he was doing that. And there was
yeah.
like a little drop of like sadness that he stood out there, but without his partner, because his partner
Yeah.
is dead.
Definitely.
But the
But
scene with Prue, I loved because yeah, we've seen that whole thing with Andy and Prue so many times now. We know
mm,
how it goes, and I love that Morris does put his foot down and because they had that heart to heart in the premiere episode where she kind of said, well, he protected her, didn't he? He sort of
Yeah.
said, Andy said that I should look out for you, and I have.
Aww.
So there's an element of trust there that is different to the trust that Prue had with Andy. And yeah, so she sort of says, "Oh yes, I am looking into the band manager. Something's going on there, but I can't tell you what." And
Yeah,
he
she
sort of
gives him just
says,
enough, doesn't she?
she gives him enough to say, "Look,
Mm.
I'm not going to lie to your face and deny it outright because I'm not going to insult your intelligence in that way. Like we both know that I'm involved in this."
Yeah.
And he sort of says, "I thought you were involved in the CIA or something."
Yeah.
But yeah, they kind of, I thought it was a great development, not
No, I
just for
did.
sort of their relationship, but the show as a whole. But
Oh,
they have Morris coming into the picture more, and
yeah.
it's such an interesting dynamic between him and Prue, I think.
Yeah, and I loved it because obviously, you know, she had that romantic connection with Andy, and because that's clearly not there with Morris. I mean, I don't know why, because he was pretty hot.
Yeah, hasn't he got a wife?
Has he?
Yeah,
But I kind of like that. It's as you say, it's a different dynamic, and it really does show. And I just loved his passion on saying, "Look, I want to know more. You can trust me. You need to communicate with me, otherwise, I'm going to become very unsociable with you."
yeah,
And it's like she knows he's serious because he's got no other option but to be that way. And
totally.
I
And
just loved
because
him.
like Prue, that conversation that Prue has with Piper and Phoebe in Wit's trial, where Piper says, Andy was just like us. He was out there trying to protect the
Mm,
innocent and do the right for the greater good. And Morris is also doing that. So
yeah.
it's nice that there's that acknowledgement of they're kind of on the same side.
Yeah.
It just happens that the sister's side is a bit more
Mm,
gross.
yeah.
A
Yeah.
bit more splody with their demon
Yeah.
guts and stuff.
But it was a conversation that needed to happen, and I
Mm.
just thought the writing and the way that it was acted was just so good. I
Yeah,
just loved it.
there's a really great exchange that they have that I'll save for charming dialogue.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but
Oh.
it's nice. It's just nice also to see them have a friend because
Yeah.
you don't really see them having sort of friend relationship in the
Yeah,
show
that's
that
true.
much.
Yeah, it's nice that they've got that person.
They've got an
Yeah.
ally and a friend who's watching their back.
Yeah. Love it. Just look at some comments. So Matthew said, I hadn't thought about Dishwalla in literally decades, possibly not since the 90s. Now, I had looked them up because the song sounded familiar, but I was like, oh, is it a real band? And it was. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I quite liked their music.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
recognised the music, I just didn't click. I was like, oh, is this are they covering it or were they
Mm.
actually, real band? Matthew said, I loved looking at all the band posters in the background on this one. Yeah. Matthew said, absolutely not how it works. None of it works that way. I think about the loan thing and then
Yeah.
going to the bank and stuff. Melina said, I love Morris in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
And also, Melina said, I was a bit disappointed in Prue for considering a loan with such a creepy man. She knows better. But I think she
Hmm.
does realise that, though. That's why she says, no, I don't need it anymore, kind of thing. I think she does realise that.
Yeah. I guess she's like, her priority is her sister, and
Yeah.
she kind of will do anything for her sister,
Yeah.
but she won't do that.
But she won't do that.
Exactly.
Talking about that sister bond then, so obviously they do mention we're helping out our sister. It's always the right thing to do, right? And so do you agree with
Mm.
that statement then, that that's always the right thing to do is in that moment is help the sister out?
I mean, there are different ways to help, aren't there? And I
Yeah.
think they chose a way that they kind of knew was a bit dodgy, and Piper wouldn't be very happy about it. And this is
Yeah.
Piper's business. This is her livelihood. So they
Yeah.
probably should have actually had a conversation with
Yeah.
her
And I think that's
about what
why
they were
they hid
doing.
it. That's why they hid it from Piper, right? Because
Yeah,
they knew deep down it wasn't the right thing to do.
yeah. But there is
Yeah.
such a sweet moment where Piper signs Dishwalla to play at the club, and she thinks that
Oh,
it's because of the support of her
yeah.
sisters, and so she's like, "We're on the map. I couldn't have done it without you, you patient, most generous sisters in the whole wide world."
Oh, I
She's like
love
kissing and
her.
hugging them, and then I
Yeah.
think immediately after that, Leo turns up and he's like, "Yeah, that was me. I'm the one who got Dishwalla to come to your club." Yeah, yeah.
So, talking about the demon of the episode, so obviously the demon is Marceline, a spirit eater, soul eater, I guess. But
Mm.
let's just start off with talking about the manager guy. So
Oh, do we have
Jeff
to?
Carlton. I
Yeah,
thought I'd just rip him off like a band-aid
do
and
it,
get it out of the
do it.
way.
I'm ready.
So obviously he's the band manager that has made this deal with the devil. He's bringing souls down to the basement, so these girls ready for Marceline to feast on their souls. And obviously he kind of likes it when the girls say, "I would do anything to meet the band."
Yeah,
Oh,
grim.
and I think he says like, "Oh, you such a shame. You seem like a good soul." And I'm like, "Oh,
Mm.
yucky." So he's obviously got this deal with the devil of you get what you want, I get what I want. So you're not a fan of Jeff? I take
I
it.
think I think it's like it's a really cool idea. It's like a sort of a Faustian, I guess, idea. Is that right?
Mm,
Like he's made a pact with the devil, and
yeah.
in exchange for success, he's got to feed the demon. Like that's a really cool idea, and I think Mazalin is an awesome demon in terms of like the look. I loved the bony, sinewy claws. I thought the voice was actually
Mm.
quite creepy and cool. I love the goo dripping out of the jaws.
And his little tummy with
Um,
all the souls in, like, and you can just see their faces.
yeah,
That was pretty cool.
that was really Freddy Krueger coded.
Yeah.
You know, in like, is it uh, Nightmare on Elm Street 4? He lifts up his jumper and there's all
Oh,
the faces
yeah, and the
pushing out of his chest.
faces. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was kind of interesting to see this like Machiavellian. I
Mm,
mean, maybe he's the opposite of Machiavellian. He's completely a lackey for the demon.
mm,
Jeff, that is. Yeah, I don't know. He was fine. I just didn't find him particularly
yeah.
interesting.
And you kind of get this scene, don't you, where he obviously starts to regret his actions and tries to come out of
Yeah,
the pact, and then obviously Marceline like throws fire at him, burning him like. "Ah." But you don't
yeah,
feel sorry for him really at that point. It's
no.
like you've done this.
You've made your bed. You're going to iron it.
Yeah. I'd love
Yeah.
to know though how Jeff met Marceline, like how that
Mm.
exchange happened or when this happened. That was the only thing I
Yeah.
would have liked to have known a little bit more on.
Like, did he summon Maslin, or did Maslin
Mm,
show up and be like, "I'm going to help you out, mate"?
yeah.
Maybe Jeff was sort of similar to Piper when she opened her club, and maybe Jeff, when he first started out as a manager, he was managing like these
Yeah.
little two-bit rubbish bands that weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
And Maslin turned up and was like, "I'm going to get you, Dishwalla, Dishwalla,
It's
yes."
like Marceline's on here. Where's your little claws?
Yes.
I know
Why didn't
it's like my laugh. Oh no. Oh
Why couldn't
dear.
Maslin just go for the groupies himself? Why did he need Jeff to take him down there for him?
Yeah, I know. It was a bit, yeah,
Bit
bit
weird.
strange.
Yeah,
He's like, why do? No, it's that classic, isn't it? Why do all the work myself when someone's quite willing to do it for
true.
me? Yeah, there we
I
go.
guess, yeah, like my cat. My cat is always just like, bring me food, bring me
Yeah,
food. I'm
exactly.
hungry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. So obviously, Marceline obviously consumes the souls, and the more he consumes, the
And the
more.
bodies by the looks of it.
Yeah, like everything, not a bone left. You didn't even like,
Yeah.
like
Didn't
suck a
even
bone
chew.
and like
Yeah.
didn't even swallow. Well, no, clearly he did.
He swallowed
One
the
word
whole
about,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. In one go. Yum, yum, yum. And so obviously these souls are kind of kept alive, as we mentioned, like tortured inside him and suffering. And obviously the delivered souls are part of the pact that he's got. But what did you think of that concept? Like, they're not dead inside of Maslin, they're like alive. I thought it was really creepy.
Cop out. I thought it was a cop out. Like when they blow up Maslin and all the women come out and they're just absolutely fine.
Yeah, they're
Like there's
just
not a
like,
scratch on
oh.
them. Like I'm not saying I don't condone eating groupies or anything,
No,
but
no.
if you're gonna have a demon who eats the souls of sort of like women, young impressionable women who'll do anything to meet the band, it's a really
Mm,
like a horrible idea, like a sinister idea
yeah.
that is clearly based in some kind of reality.
Mm.
So if you're going to have a demon that's going to prey on those people, give him some bloody guts and actually have him chew them to pieces.
Yeah.
Like don't leave him to be
Yeah.
rescued in the end. That's
I
just silly.
know. I mean, at least he didn't have a type. He wasn't fussy.
No,
Did he? Just, as long as
yeah.
it was a soul, he was
I do
happy,
kind of
really.
wish that it was very gender specific. I kind of wish that he had eaten a couple
Mm.
of groupie guys as
Yeah,
well.
I do as well. I was going to ask you that. Like, do you wish there was some guys in there? Like, just because, why
Definitely.
did it have to be women? But
Yeah.
then, if I think about it, like, I do think there was a really, like I mentioned, a specific theme for this episode, and it kind of like goes with the episode in a way that they're just feeding these women to this thing
Yeah.
rather than, and it's the men that are doing it. If
No,
that
it's
makes
true.
sense, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's a bit
totally.
like it does make sense that there's no male groupies in there because it kind of goes with like the sleazy vibe that we're
Preying on
getting
women.
getting from Jeff and from the other guy, the lone
Chris
guy,
Barker.
Chris
Yeah.
Barker. Yeah.
Even, I mean, I hate to say it, but even Leo is kind of using Piper in this episode.
Oh
You
yes, I was
know?
a bit questionable on Leo
Yeah.
in this one because obviously he blows the he blows the dust particle
Yeah.
potion
At
thing
Jeff.
on Jeff to obviously get the band to come to the club. So
Yeah.
I felt like I was like, I'm not sure he's doing that for the benefit of the sisters in that moment. It was benefiting him because he needed to capture this demon. Maybe that
Hmm.
that was his mission in that moment, and we've never really seen him not do anything that doesn't benefit the sisters, right?
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like I didn't understand why he had to get the band to go to Piper's club because if
Mm,
the band are going to other clubs, why would you pull all that focus on Piper's club if people are going to get attacked and hurt?
yeah.
It seemed a bit odd.
So I
I
take it
didn't
it was
understand the plan.
yeah, I take it it was so that the sisters would help him deal with the demon. I'm guessing
But
that's so.
they would have helped him anyway, no matter where the demon
Yeah,
was.
it was a
Maybe
bit selfish.
I guess if they were going to leave town, like if Dishwalla were going to move on to another town,
Mm,
it would make more sense for him to sort of arrange for them to definitely go to somewhere in San Francisco so the sisters can
yeah.
get them. Maybe that is
Mm,
said in it. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't hear it. But
yeah. I wasn't like a huge fan of Leo in this one, but I
yeah,
guess we're not meant to be, which we'll get to in the Love is Pain. But I
absolutely.
guess we're not meant to, yeah. Did you
Mm.
feel sorry for Jenny? Obviously wanting to meet the band, and then she sneaks in, and then obviously gets chomped up. Yum yum yum. But she didn't seem phased by it at the end. Like I'd be like, what happened?
Yeah.
She doesn't seem bothered in a
Well, when she
kind of
first
way.
wakes up in the room,
Yeah, she's a bit
yeah. Aren't
like,
they're
oh.
just in shock, aren't they? Just a
Yeah, a
bit
little
of,
bit.
oh my God, I've had a wild night. Yeah. Did I feel sorry for Jenny? I don't know. I
Mm.
really try to like her so much because I feel like in theory she could be a really fun addition to the show.
Mm.
But I just feel like in execution, it really just comes across as like bratty.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
that, it just kind of, I don't know, it kills it for me. Like if she'd been a bit more likable, then it would have been fine. But
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, we're glad that Marceline ate Jenny. Really, she
Yeah.
could have stayed in there.
She should have stayed eaten,
Yeah.
really. Yeah. Why did you feel for her? Did you feel sorry for
No, I
her?
was just a bit like,
Or...
just keep her.
Yeah. Oh, bye, Jenny. See you then.
Yeah, just stay, just stay.
Oh,
So did you like the whole plan as well of like obviously the sisters put this potion together and Phoebe's plan of putting it in the balloon to throw in Masseline's mouth or whatnot, even though she hadn't seen what he looked like at that point.
no. Just assumed he had a mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
And then obviously it goes a bit wrong, and you know she gets it all over her fabulous, absolutely
Yeah.
stunning outfit, like proper sign of the times there for 1999 with that like
I dream of
long
Jeannie.
skirt, yeah, and she reminded me of the amazing Phoebe outfit that she had on
Yeah.
in series one, but that whole like her back, I, I was a little bit in love, I will admit. Like
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
back, and oh, she looked gorgeous.
Especially when you contrast what she was wearing with Prue's like pajamas.
Yeah,
Prue
yeah,
was in a black t-shirt and then like some embroidered pajama
she
bottoms.
was. Yeah, she really was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously it goes wrong, and the potion goes all over Phoebe's outfit, and then
Yeah.
at the end, Prue just like whips Phoebe's skirt off and like throws it at Madeline. Like, what did
Yeah.
you feel? Did you feel that was too easy? Like he was easily defeated, or were you
Well,
happy?
it was the exact same plot as in Blindsided, Out of Sight,
Yeah,
when they fight the Grimlocks and they have the potion, they've got to throw the potion at the Grimlock and it will like
yeah.
burn them to death. And in Blindsided, they drop the potion, and then Prue uses her telekinesis to like scoop up the potion and chuck it in the Grimlock's face.
Mm,
So she basically does the exact same thing in this episode,
mm,
which is sort
yeah.
of, I think it's a better idea than Piper's completely insane plan, which was let all three of us get eaten and blow him up from the inside.
I think that was quite
Piper,
a
I
good
think
plan.
I
I
think
would
you're
have liked to have
tired,
seen
love.
it.
Piper, I think you're tired. You need to have a rest. That is not a good idea.
She just had enough at that point. She was like, I'm
Yeah,
just over this. I just want
just
my
eat me.
club. Just eat me and I'll just blow you up from the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, Leo had
Oh,
got to her by that point.
yeah, she was done.
Oh dear, I just checked some comments. So Matthew said that the demon had giant floppy hands that I found distracting.
Oh, I thought it was
Oh,
cool.
it reminded me
Yeah.
of something, but I just can't put my finger on what it reminded. No, not that charge. It's like I've seen it before.
Yeah, in real life.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, I can't think what it was. It just reminded me of like in another film or something that I've seen,
Mm,
like a monster of some
yeah.
sort. Yeah, it'll come back to me at some point.
Mm,
Melaine said the band manager was such a drip.
yeah.
Matthew said, "You've made your bed, Jeff. Now frying it."
Yeah.
Kirsty said, "My name is Jeff."
Is that
Oh,
Channing Tatum
I can't
in
remember.
Jump Street?
Yeah, my name is
He's trying to
Jeff.
do an accent and he can't do it.
That was it. Oh dear. Made me laugh. Melina was laughing about the fact he didn't even chew.
Oh,
A
yeah.
sleazy demon. Yeah, yeah. Matthew said, if you want a male groupie eating demon, check in Liberace's dressing room.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Melina said, yes, Leo didn't consult Piper at all.
No,
Yeah,
did not.
no. Matthew said Jenny is a little brat.
Hmm. Well, it's not just me.
Matthew said maybe she'll get eaten by another demon next episode.
Hmm.
Matthew said that diamond cut top that Phoebe wore with the point going down the front was pure 1990s. Yeah, I hadn't seen that one in eons. Yeah, it's so,
Mm,
so cool. So cool. So a bit of mythology then. So
yeah,
I noticed that Prue uses her eyes to channel her power in this episode, which she's rarely done since she gained the ability to channel it through her hands.
true.
I was like, oh,
There it is again.
yeah.
Still
Uh,
got it.
and I also noticed that Piper's power seems to have considerably improved as she's able to freeze almost everybody in the club,
I
even
know.
though it's just for a short amount of time.
Yeah, it doesn't last very long.
No, but that was pretty cool how she did that.
It's
I was
quite
like,
shocking,
oh,
actually,
yeah.
because it's only 2 episodes since Morality Bites, where she,
Mm,
in the future, freezes like an entire square of town square
yeah.
outside. So it was like,
Yeah.
whoa, okay, now Piper's suddenly had a little jump in power ability.
Yeah, it was really awesome. Did you notice anything else for mythology?
I noticed that Phoebe has no premonitions in this episode,
Oh, yeah.
and she didn't have one in the last episode either. So that
Mm.
kind of slightly breaks our theory that there's a rule in the writers' room that each of the sisters has to use their powers once per episode.
Yeah,
So we
that's
kind of
true.
noticed that kind of did happen in season one. Maybe
Mm.
that rule has been sort of slightly slackened in this
Yeah,
season.
that's true. And maybe it's because as well, like with well, they wouldn't have known at the time, I guess. But I was going to say with the flip of the episodes, where
Mm,
obviously the episode 2 is when she had that premonition and she hasn't used it since. Maybe she's just
yeah,
a bit hesitant to use it
maybe.
because of
Yeah, the
that.
last time I had a premonition, I saw myself burning at the stake.
Yeah,
So let's just
exactly.
chill on that for a second.
So in respect to the episodes, it kind of does flow in that way, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
And also, I guess, like, in this episode, Leo is around and he kind of tells them the plan and he gives them all the information.
Mm,
So maybe she doesn't need a premonition because she's already got all of that
yeah.
information ready.
Yeah, she knows it all basically.
Mm.
Yeah.
I feel like, if
Oh.
anything, she should have had a premonition that Jenny was going to be at the club about to be eaten by a
Yeah,
demon.
you'd think.
You know? Like,
Perhaps she
that would
was
have,
like, I've had enough for her as well.
yeah, feed her to the demon. We
So true.
mentioned we mentioned that Leo uses something like memory dust,
Mm.
which he says that he got from a witch charge.
Yeah,
Um,
he does.
or he initially uses it in the beginning of the episode on Jeff,
Jeff.
to
My name is Jeff.
to convince him to send the club to P3.
Mm.
And then he uses, I guess maybe it's a different, I don't know if it's a different one, but he uses it to wipe Jenny's memory after she's eaten by the demon.
Yeah.
So she won't remember that ever happened.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So, but if you were Piper, would you be a bit paranoid that he'd used a bit of that memory dust on you?
He is a bit questionable because I'd be
Bit
a bit
creepy.
like, bit creepy. Yeah, he did give me the creeps in this one. Because,
Hmm.
yeah, because we've not seen him use that before, right? This is the first
No,
time we've seen him use it.
yeah,
Interesting. Yeah.
because he's used the. We saw him in season one use to. What did he do? He used a power to like hide Daisy in a
Mm,
dark lighter,
yeah. Oh,
so he can make people
yes.
invisible to dark lighters
Yeah, but
apparently.
we've
But
not seen him use that before.
yeah, he's
Interesting.
got a bag of tricks.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a bit of a dark side there, Leo.
I know.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Well, you're a hero until you're a villain.
Well, exactly.
What's that? What's that Batman quote? You're only a hero for as long as you. What is it?
I'm Batman.
Yeah, yeah, that'll do.
Oh, so obviously Leo's back in this episode, so a bit going into love his pain here a little
Yeah,
bit. So obviously Piper's a bit mad at Leo
she
because
is.
he's kind of acting like they've never had a relationship before and everything is just business. Is Piper
Hmm.
right? Is he acting like that?
Totally.
Mm.
You know, he knocks on the door and she's like, Leo, hi, you'll have to come to the club
Doesn't
tonight. Just
even
one at a
say
flame.
ding dong.
Doesn't say ding dong. They have a
Mm.
hug and yeah, then he is just like straight into business.
Yeah.
And she even says like later on, I hate him. Like she actually
Mm.
says that she hates Leo because he didn't acknowledge that they have had a relationship or ask her permission to use her
Mm.
brand new club as a trap for a demon.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
especially with episode 2, where we know Leo knows what their future is as well.
Mm.
And then he's acting this way to her. Like, it was just
Yeah.
really bizarre,
I
bizarre
know.
behaviour.
And then
Yeah.
Phoebe makes a good point because she says it sounds like you shouldn't date a coworker because
Mm.
now suddenly Leo has gone from being like, the cute handyman guy and then the sort of angel who's the perfect. Now he's
Yeah.
basically like a colleague to them.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
Mm. And
Yeah.
obviously, Dan and Leo meet for the first time as well. Leo
Yeah.
recognises Dan. I mean, wouldn't we all?
Yeah.
But Dan is revealed to have been a former second baseball player for the Seattle Mariners, apparently, until he blew out his knee sliding home. So I was like, oh, that old chestnut.
Yeah. Classic Dan.
But did you like the fact that like Leo didn't feel threatened by Dan, or is that a bit of his ego being a bit too big for his boots? I
Yeah,
don't
it was,
know.
it was weird, wasn't it? Because you'd think that he's found Piper and Dan in the hallway together,
Yeah,
and he doesn't even blink twice. He's sort of immediately starstruck by Dan and doesn't
yeah.
see him as a love rival, which is
Mm,
sort of to his detriment because as this episode progresses, Piper is
yeah.
slipping out of his hands
Mm,
totally.
yeah.
Dan is just too darn lovely.
Yes.
I
You're a
did love
fan.
that moment
You're a
when they
fan
met.
of Dan, then? Sorry, Josh. You're a
I am a
fan
Dan
of Dan.
fan. I am
I
a Dan
am. I
fan.
am a fan of
Yeah.
Dan.
The thing is, it's like Piper and Leo admit that they love each other at the end of the
Mm,
episode, but it's not enough, clearly. And even though I like their romantic tension,
mm.
neither of them are making any suggestions for how to
Yeah.
actually make it work.
Mm,
No one's sort of saying, well, we could do this and we could do this. We could see each other every Tuesday or,
yeah.
to try to make each other happy and be there for each other. There's no
Mm.
solution in sight.
From
So of
either
course,
side.
from either
Yeah.
side, completely.
Mm.
So of course, Piper's now a bit like, do you know what? That's getting a bit complicated. And there's a
Mm.
really hot guy living next door, and I think he likes
Very
you.
hot. Yeah. I
Yeah.
like it.
And
Every
she kind
time.
of does. Sorry.
No, you go.
She kind of does by the end of the episode. She says that maybe personal relationships and business don't go well together. So
Yeah.
she is starting to see Leo as more of a co-worker than he was before.
Oh. But he does
Yeah,
deserve it in this episode. He
he
does.
does. He's got a little bit of an Andy thing going on, I think.
Yeah.
He's letting his own business get in the way.
Yeah. Oh, if he comes in with all that hair gel, we will have something to worry about.
Oh
But,
my God, the hair gel. Although
but
he
yeah.
did wear a lovely jumper.
Oh, I didn't notice the jumper. I think I was too distracted by Dan in this
Yeah,
episode.
when
Oh,
they're in the
okay.
club,
Do like
he's
a good
wearing this sort
jumper.
of like open cardigan, like a knit, like a grey woolly.
Oh,
Very
gonna have
nice.
to go back and have a little look at that. Little
Yeah.
little look, look in inverted
A little
commas.
drool.
A little drawl, a little dribble
Yeah.
from my mouth. So obviously, as you mentioned, Piper and Leo agree to be friends by the end of the episode, kind of. And then you
Yeah.
kind of get that shot of Piper at the end looking at Dan.
I
And I'm
love it.
like, I
I
felt
love
really
it.
excited for her, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
we're liking the thought of Piper and Dan together, right? Both of us.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, there's that, yeah, so it's kind of a sad moment with her and Leo. And then immediately
Mm,
after that moment, she goes out onto the front porch in the sunshine. It's a beautiful new day. And she looks across to Dan's porch and he's just picking up his newspaper. And they have
yeah.
this look. And then she goes in the house. He goes back into his house. And then she pokes her head out to have a
Oh,
little
it's
look.
so
And
cute.
she looks really happy.
Yeah.
And it's just really lovely to see Piper happy for a second.
Yeah.
Because
I
she doesn't get
agree.
that often. She often gets the drama. And Leo
Yeah.
has kind of become a bit of a nightmare non-boyfriend.
Mm.
She should have a bit of pleasure. It's not all business.
Yeah. And also, I thought about the fact that even though they know what future Piper and Leo is, and we know that as well, that she has this other like extra hot love interest that
Mm,
so then it keeps us kind of invested in the Leo and Piper storyline because obviously we know the future of them being
yeah,
together.
that's
So I
true. That's
kind
a
of
good
liked
point.
that. And then my other thought was, well, hang on, if that's their future, obviously you can look at it that she's always was destined to meet Dan, or is she changing that future by getting with Dan?
Yeah,
So wouldn't she be a little bit cautious, thinking, "Oh, should I do this? Should I not?" But she's not. She's just
yeah,
like going for it. Hot guy, that's it. Hot Dan.
that's so true. I do feel
Mm,
like they feel pretty confident that they have changed the future because they
yeah,
saw they've recognized Pratt outside the house in episode 2, and they're like, oh, so
yeah,
we got our revenge on him, and that's why it started this whole cascade towards Phoebe ending up burning at the stake. So I
mm,
do kind of feel like they do know that they can change that future,
yeah.
and that
Okay,
nothing is necessarily set.
yeah.
So if
So
she wants a bit of
yeah,
Dan, she can have a bit of
she can
Dan.
have a bit of
She's
Dan.
young,
Yeah.
she can have fun.
I mean, we all would, right? We all
Totally.
would. I'll just read some comments. So Kirsty said maybe because Piper saw she could do it in the future, that gives her the confidence in her powers. So the freezing
Oh yeah,
of everyone, yeah. Matthew said, didn't she mention his white lighter ass?
yeah, she
Let's
did.
talk about Leo's white lighter ass, can we? Matthew said. Oh, yes, please. Kirsty said, let's. And Matthew said, we can talk about Leo's ego if you want.
Um,
Kirsty was laughing about it. We can see each other every Tuesday.
oh,
Milena said, Dan is the promise of some sort of normality for Piper.
yeah,
I think she craves that most of all of her sisters. Yeah, that's so true. She does
yeah,
want that normality, doesn't she?
she does.
Bless her. Matthew said Leo is Mr. Right and Dan is Mr. Right now. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Matthew said she'd need Leo to fall back on after she wore Dan down to the nub. What? So true. Oh dear. So, sign of the times then in this one. So
Yeah,
I've got a couple.
do it.
So I've got that the metal tube type things improves hair. That was like really late 90s, like the little metal things.
Yeah.
And she had them all over and she looked pretty cool, to be honest.
Hmm.
Um, the tons of butterfly clips.
Yeah, so many.
Like they must have run out of butterfly clips in this episode.
Yeah.
And that kind
And
of
Phoebe
twist
kind of,
hairstyle.
yeah, the twisted cornrows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so cool. Yeah, I love it. Did you have any?
Um, Phoebe talks about MTV top 10 videos on the TV.
Oh,
Dishwalla
yeah.
apparently were in the MTV top 10 videos of the week.
Get dishwalla.
Yeah, you can have Dishwalla. We talked about her bearing her midriff a lot in the clothing.
Mm.
And then at one point, Piper asks Leo, what are we like, Leo's witches now? Which is obviously a play on Charlie's
Charlie's
Angels,
Angels. Oh, so cool.
which is the other massive female-fronted show that Aaron Spelling created.
Oh, yeah, of
So then he did
course.
Charmed as well. I think Charmed. I think Charlie's Angels was the longest running female-led TV show ever. And
Oh,
then
wow.
Charmed came around and eclipsed it. And
Oh,
then maybe
wow,
Desperate
yeah.
Housewives eclipsed Charmed,
Mm.
possibly. So yeah, we're
Mm,
so lucky.
okay. Yeah. I also did laugh and I had to rewind it of the opening credits because always that's a sign of the times. It's lovely seeing San Francisco
Yeah,
and and everything. But at one point, whether they did it by accident, they put one of the trams on like super high speed coming up the
Oh.
hill, like in double time. So it was coming up the hill like whoosh. If you go back and watch it, it's just like someone hit the button by accident and
Yeah,
then didn't edit it out
how funny.
or something. It did make me laugh, I have to admit.
Yeah.
And obviously Dishwalla, yeah, a
Yeah.
total sign of the times.
Hmm.
100%.
Yeah. With their name superimposed on the front of a stock shot of a club. Like really, really like primitive CGI.
So good, so
Yeah.
good. Charming dialogue then. So
Yeah.
I had the one about Leo's witches being
Ah.
applied to Charlie's angels, and obviously the one I mentioned earlier, couldn't be more dead if I was embalmed.
Yeah.
Did you have any?
I've got loads.
Oh wow, yes.
Got most of it's Piper actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So Piper says they're talking about trying to vanquish the demon. And Piper says, Phoebe, we can't even give our cat a vitamin. How are we going to get this down a demon's throat?
But it is hard to
If you've
get a
got a cat, you
vitamin.
know.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that is so
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, just wrap it in salami. And then Piper, talking about Leo, she says, I'd rather just freeze him and kick him in the ding dong, and the doorbell goes.
Yeah, classic.
Very fitting. Ding dong.
I love that. Ding dong. Or
Uh,
in this one, ding dong.
ding dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've also got Morris. So Morris goes to Buckland's to talk to Prue, and even before she can say anything, he says, this is where you say Daryl, and I say Prue, and then you say something like, what are you doing here? Like just that whole thing. I didn't write the whole
Yeah.
thing down, but that whole thing is brilliant.
Yeah, that whole exchange. Oh,
Yeah,
brilliant.
love
There's
them.
there's a line, I didn't get the whole line down, but I noticed that Piper uses this term quite a lot, where she
Hmm.
calls like the bad guy a skid mark.
She does.
And she says it to, I don't know whether it's Jeff or to the investment banker guy who gets slimed
Yeah,
at the end. She says, "Oh, skid mark."
so
It's such
funny.
a 90s like
I know.
term as
But like a
well.
90s teenager.
Yeah.
Love it.
Did you have any more?
I just have one, and it's Piper saying to Leo after he tells her that he's sorted out Jenny's memory. Piper says, so you erase memories now? And Leo says, no, I make pain go away.
Oh.
Which was I kind of like that because obviously we know that he's a healer.
Yeah, so
So
it fits.
it fits, exactly.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
fits. Yeah, maybe he redeemed himself. No, it didn't.
No.
So, who was your sister of the episode in this one?
Piper, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her club, it's her love triangle. It's her skid mark.
Skid mark.
It's all about Piper in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about
I
you?
agree. Yeah, I wrote Piper down as well because I just loved how like she's trying to be independent. She's not really fawning over Leo. She's just like, trying to keep neutral and see where he's sitting with things. She's going after Dan, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
go Piper.
You take what you want, Piper.
Yeah, definitely.
I also was thinking about that episode that Piper wasn't in at the end of season 1 because she goes off on a business trip to Hawaii.
Business trip, yeah.
And Piper and Prue, Phoebe and Prue spend the whole episode going, for Piper, for Piper. Is that episode? Or is that the one of the wedding?
It's one
maybe
of
that's
them.
the wedding one.
The wedding one, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the future again. I'll stop.
Oh dear. Yeah, it was a close call with Phoebe. I mean, Phoebe just for the pure outfits in this one just deserves a clap, and the butterfly clips definitely the style. And Prue kind of takes a little backseat in this one as well, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Matthew said Dishwalla was a total sign of the times, and Bratty
Yeah.
Jenny's shirt with the star on it. Oh yeah, we all had shirts
Yeah.
with stars on them back then. So
Yeah.
true. Kirsty said, I'm not sure Josh wore butterfly clips. Do we mean this Josh or Josh the wine guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine Josh the wine guy with butterfly clips?
Yeah.
But
I
oh
used to wear
yeah.
devil horns. Have I told you that? When
Did
I used to go
you?
out clubbing in the
Oh,
early
so cool.
2000s, I
That
used
is
to
such
put
an
devil
early
clips.
2000s thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Oh, you
Such
need to
cheap
find a
banter.
picture. No, I need to see that picture. We
Yeah.
all need to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Milena said, I love the Charlie's Angels link. Yeah,
Mm.
that was so cool. And Matthew said, Piper for sure, but Phoebe looked fantastic. That's so true. Oh, she really
Fantastic,
did.
Phoebe.
So, how many brooms out of 5 would you give this one?
I'm going to give this one 3.5 rooms.
Oh, okay.
I just felt like there was so much going on. I did like the fact that all the different plot elements converge at P3. So
Mm,
you've got Morris turns up at P3. You've got Baker, the bank loan guy. You've got Jenny sneaking
yeah.
into the club. You've got the manager and the demon. All the sisters are there. So it's
Mm,
fun to see all of that like crashing together at the end.
mm.
But my problem is the fact that like none of those things, apart from Morris, maybe, are particularly interesting, like on their own. So it
Yeah.
doesn't entirely work. It's a great idea to have all that
Mm,
converge, but nothing is particularly engaging on its own, really. So it
yeah.
didn't quite work for me.
Oh, okay. So I gave it 4 brooms because I thought,
Ah,
again, as a standalone episode, a little bit in a kind of way, I suppose if you take the Leo stuff out, it would work just as like its own little story.
yeah.
But now we've spoke about it, I'm
Hmm.
like, really, we didn't need the investment banker storyline. So I think I'm going to go 3.5 now.
I've downgraded it.
Yeah, because now I spoke about it, I'm like, there's a few plot holes
Huh.
here.
Yeah. It was
Because
perfectly fine, but
yeah, it was
not
a good
top tier
episode,
charmed.
and I would watch it again. But yeah, there was a few things now I've thought about it didn't quite make full sense, and
Yeah.
as you say, was very convenient
Yeah,
that all of them
totally.
ended up in the club.
Yeah. What do
um,
you what do you think about, so I've watched the first 4 episodes now. What do you think about this season so far?
I think this season's like, you know, hit the what's the saying? Hit the floor running. I
Yeah, hit the
don't know if
ground
that's the
running.
right saying. Hit the
Yeah,
ground running. Hit the ground running, and I do. You can tell the difference in the writing. The writing is a lot stronger. The 3 main actresses have all really bonded together so well, and like they're just so
yeah,
comfortable. And I think that comes off on the screen. So
yeah,
I do feel like they've upped the ante on season
yeah,
2.
totally.
Yeah. Do you think that?
I do, and I also feel like it weirdly feels less like the X-Files, the way that season 1 did,
Mm,
and it feels a lot more like Buffy, I think. Or I mean, it feels like Charmed, but in
yeah.
terms of like comparisons, I
Yeah.
think that because season 1 was so much about Andy investigating and the police getting involved, and there was like a
Yeah.
demon of the week that kind of was more of like a procedural type thing. I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
so
season
true.
1 felt quite X-Filesy, whereas season 2 feels like Charmed, you know?
Yeah, no, I get that. And
Yeah.
maybe, like in hindsight, they did make the right decision taking Andy out in series
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Perhaps he,
There's more
yeah,
of a balance now, I think.
yeah, they found their stride and they're
Yeah.
running with it definitely. I
Because
love
it was
that.
kind of like in season 1, it felt like a supernatural procedural, and now in season 2, it feels more like a supernatural drama comedy,
Yeah,
I would say, which is more Buffy-esque and more
yeah,
Sabrina-esque.
and they all know their characters so much better. I think, and it just
Hmm.
definitely just comes off on the screen.
Yeah, it does.
Exciting, exciting.
Yeah.
I just saw Matthew said Josh was a circuit partier, was he? Matthew said 4 brooms, lost half a point for Jenny the Brat and those floppy demon hands. Elena said 3.5 brooms for me too. Oh,
Oh,
yes, we're all
cool.
around the same.
Yeah.
Oh, and just lastly, I know that we're going over time, but have you got that guy's reviews? You got the review
Oh,
book?
yeah, I do. Here we go.
Let's have a quick look.
Yeah, it's been a while. Ooh, I didn't read out the first two, did I? Last month.
Oh, I can't remember. I think you did. You
Did
probably
I?
did because I was probably like shooketh. I can't remember now.
The last two, he gave the first episode 4 stars and the second episode 5 stars.
Oh, okay. We mustn't have done it then. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think I did read it because the opening line for the review of episode 2
Yeah.
is whisper it quietly, but the charmed writers have been practicing over the summer break.
Oh,
Not
no,
at all
you didn't read that
patronizing.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, at
Um,
least he liked the episode too
yeah.
as well.
Well, The Painted World, he gave 3 stars out of 5.
Oh,
And he
okay.
says, oh, interesting. The
Oh,
weak plot is reminiscent of M.R. James's The Mezzotint, which is what Matthew
oh,
said.
yeah.
Has a ludicrous middle section featuring Prue trapped in the painting, doing the patented Star Trek command deck stagger whenever the paint picture is moved, while fighting off fireballs like some female Mario.
Woohoo! I
That's
thought
very
that was the
funny.
cool bit. I
Me
was like, I'm
too.
down for this.
What saves it, just as the story descends into complete silliness, is a strong ending, with Phoebe saving the day after her spell wears off. And although this is as expected, a twist with the identity of the villain does surprise, and indicates that the writers have decided Charmed is going to have more than 2 dimensions this year.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow. Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah.
A bit
So
of a
that,
compliment slash underhandedness.
yeah. And then The Devil's Music, he gave 2 stars out of 5.
What? 2 stars.
Yeah. So he says, any cult series attempting to show it has a finger on the pulse of fashion will be unable to long resist the lure of the rock band episode. Exhibit A is Buck Rogers' awful encounter with a criminal pop band. Exhibit B is this Charmed episode.
Oh. Is that it? That's what you wrote?
No, that's what he wrote. But there's
No,
more,
but
there is
oh,
more.
there's more. I was gonna
Yeah.
if
They're
they'd
quite long,
left
these
it there.
reviews. Tell me if I'm
No,
reading too
no.
much. The story is a visually strong Faustian tale of pacts concerning a band manager feeding groupies to a brilliantly realized demon with
Oh.
floppy hands. However, it spends so much time on modern beat combo de Schwaller that for guest appearances, you should read product placement. In much the same way that in Buffy everything stops for a song, here too it's plotline on hold while the series tries too hard to display its trendiness. And then there's the wretched child. If you take the worst DNA from Voyager's Naomi Wildman and Xena's Gabrielle, then you'd have the witch's neighbor Jenny. What with rock bands and kids, you wonder if Charm's demographic could be any wider. Expect a comedy granddad any day now. Thanks to these disadvantages, you're left with a plot that couldn't be more obvious and an ending that eschews character-driven resolution, settling instead for Phoebe ripping her skirt off. Relax, comedy granddad. She's got trousers on underneath. There you go.
I just don't know what to say.
Didn't hold back, did he?
I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I know.
We need to track this guy down, Josh.
I know.
We need to not in like a stalker. We're gonna like curse him way, but like we need to speak to him.
Do you know what? I've suddenly realised why I've always called episode 2 Mortality Bites when it's actually Morality Bites. And it's because of a typo in this magazine.
Oh.
Where they call it Mortality Bites, but it's not. It's Morality Bites.
So we ain't that good if he puts typos in.
I know, right?
Oh, he needs to check
Yeah.
himself.
He does. So
Whoa.
for the 5 stars for Morality Bites, he does say the real strength of the charmed take on It's a Wonderful Life is an ending with twists managing to veer away from the expectations of the show's seasoned fans. The series has finally produced an episode that's great rather than just good. Doing it this early in the new season has got to be encouraging. There you go.
Mm. Well, general consensus is Matthew said the man is terrible, that reviewer. Kirsty
Oh,
said very catty. Matthew said, do you think he auditioned to be a Halliwell and didn't get the part and was bitter?
yeah, yeah.
Kirsty put a shock face, and Milena said that reviewer has issues.
Oh,
Oh, if you're watching, we do love you, really.
yeah.
But
No, do you know what though?
whoa,
I genuinely I credit him for
being
um
honest to himself.
yeah, for being honest for himself, but
Yeah.
also for sort of like personally, I love the show unconditionally, but
Mm,
I do like the fact that this guy flagged up certain things that you can kind of go, well, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's not like the perfect thing
Yeah.
ever. So I think that reading reviews is quite a nice way of developing your own sense of sort of like criticism of things and
Yeah, that's
not just
true.
letting media get away with anything, like actually holding
Yeah.
them accountable and stuff. Yeah, that's kind of how I
No,
feel.
I agree on that because sometimes he does say things and you're like, we both go, yeah,
Yeah, it's a
actually,
wretched
we can
child.
see
Yeah.
that. But I'm just like, I'm in a little bit of admiration on just how like full hog he goes on
I
it. To be quite
know.
honest, like,
Don't
yeah,
hold back.
amazing.
Yeah.
But Joshy, I know we've gone like really over time. This is probably the
No,
longest one
only
we've
five
done.
minutes.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but thank you. Thanks for
Thanks,
chatting.
Shelley.
Episodes 3 and 4. And we're going to be doing episodes 5 and 6 on the 1st of March. So I'll pop a
Yeah.
little thing up for that. So I can't wait already.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks
And
everyone for your
thanks
comments.
everyone in the comments as well. And we'll see you next
See you
time.
next month.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Thanks, Josh.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.